Hello, my beloveds. I'm Waxela Sananda, and I thank you for joining me today. I had quite an experience over the weekend. I was at a spiritual women's retreat with 20 amazing, powerful spiritual women. And I, first of all, would love to just share with you that it's so very important to have these experiences where you surround yourself with people who can hold you high in the world of your ascension and your transformation, with people that understand you and allow you to fully express yourself, your spirituality, and all of the process that you're going through in reaching the fullness of your ascended self and your ways of being that are of your high heart and high mind. And this is exactly what I got to do over the weekend at this beautiful women's retreat. I had the first few days I was presenting, I did present my Ascension breathwork, and then I also did guided meditation. But the last day, I did not have any responsibilities to the group, and what ended up happening was I spontaneously had an ascension experience. And this was something that I wasn't entirely prepared for because I was not planning to have this experience. And sometimes it works like this. It happens not always when you're expecting it. And while it was in some ways a convenient time as I was surrounded by amazing women in the perfect setting, I also had some things that didn't work because I had to miss a call that I had previously scheduled. So there were some things in my mind that didn't allow me to fully surrender into that experience. And now I learned from this experience that in the future I get to set myself up better so that when I have the opportunity to have an experience like this, that I get to really fully surrender into it. And it is a little difficult to put into words an expansion experience, which is very much what this was. What happened was I spontaneously expanded out of my body to experience myself as not the body, but as energetically much larger than this human experience. I expanded in a way that I felt the world of geometry around me, which is why I chose the backdrop that I have here. There was something very similar to the energetic of some of the geometry and the form behind me, although this was all light geometry, and it was as if there was an experience of being this massive geometric circle around, well, emanating from my body, above and around my body. It included my body, however, my body didn't actually feel like it was the geometry. It's a little difficult to explain. However, it was very much of a beingness, not an experience of physicality. And there was certainly a lot of thought and mind involved. And as I was attempting to surrender into the experience, higher mind, which is the mind that is informing not from my experience as Waxela in a body, but my experience as myself, as a much bigger being than this one. And that being that I was informing me that this being was just a small figment of my experience, and that it wasn't necessary in this expansion to pay attention to the what was occurring as neediness of this mind. So this mind, as what Shayla was saying, but I need to get back because I have a call and I can't really go right now, and I have these other things to do in my life. And this me, the one way out here in the world of beyond, was saying, oh, it's okay. That's not really who you are. And those things aren't really important. And there's this experience right now that is where you're called to be. And so, I find it in the moment, it was not funny because this small me was like the little chirping bird trying to get my bigger me's attention. And my bigger me was sort of the maternal, although didn't have gender, but sort of like the maternal instinct saying, okay, honey, it's okay, to their child, just take your time. It'll all happen in due time. Just settle down, just be calm, allow, surrender. And this is something that's been happening in my experiences of expansion more lately, is that I have awareness of my own duality. So I have awareness of the fears and the callings and the neediness of this being saying, but we have to, and I can't, and I don't know, and things like of that nature, those lack awarenesses. And then the expanded me at the same time saying, it's all okay, just allow, get present, and expand. It's safe to expand. And this is really, I think, for a purpose that I've been having these duality experiences to understand that the container of myself, the container of yourself, of any of us, the container that we're in is not rigid and it's not stuck and it's not just this, even though sometimes, quite often in the human experience, we feel stuck in this and we feel so connected to this that it can be difficult to get out. And then for some of us that are extremely spiritual, we can get out, but it can be difficult to get back in and function fully embodied, embodying that higher divine awareness that we are, that we're not only connected to, but that we are. That's absolutely as much who I am as this body is who I am being now. So there is this dual experience simultaneously. And in any given moment, in every given moment, I get to choose who I'm being. I get to choose the level of expansion that I'm operating from and within. And I get to choose my level of presence and my level of connectedness and my level of intimacy with myself and my bigger self and the beyond that is all of ourselves, that is, I am. And so I invite you to explore your container of being. I have been talking a lot about this beingness lately as my awareness of being expands to include more and more and more of myself. I invite you to consider who you desire to be and who you are being in this moment, in every moment. And I invite you to expand your container to experience more of yourself and operate from that expansion. In coming back this week into my life, I'm experiencing operating from a larger place of being. I'm experiencing more flow in my daily activities. I'm experiencing more presence, more of my truth, more of myself embodied in this container, more generosity, more overflow, more flow in general, and more awareness of my presence of being. And it's my intention that I continue to expand my ability to hold that. And it's also my intention to share it with you and to remind you that you're capable of this too. You're capable of these experiences. Maybe you're having them, maybe you're not aware of it yet. Maybe there's an opportunity for you here to allow yourself that expansion, and carve out some time for yourself in your schedule to just to be in an expanded way, to consider what is it that I get to expand into in this moment? And as you're going to sleep at night, to drift into the space of expansion for yourself, to allow yourself to be more of who you truly are, to open into your high heart, into your loving nature, and to expand into your own generosity of being, and be generous with yourself and be loving with yourself and allow that to fulfill you and overflow from you, to share that with others, to share that with the space that you're in, with the universal energy that surrounds you. And you are being embraced by your guides in this very moment and in every moment. And I invite you to invite them, your guidance, your angelic beings, those ascension guides that are here to work with you. I invite you to invite them into your heart, into your experience, to show you and assist you and guide you in the process. And I invite you to expand and expand and expand and embody that expansion and allow your body to upgrade and continue to allow and surrender to your own expansion into more truth of your being. Thank you for joining me in this expansion now, in this present moment. I'm grateful for you. I love you. Namaste.